All right, guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Lauren Drain. I've been a registered nurse for 10 years. I'm also a fitness trainer and a fitness influencer. Today I'm going to do another topic about nursing, and the last video I did was about the nursing culture and how it kind of contributes to an unhealthy lifestyle and things you can do to overcome that, which I've overcame. And today I want to talk about what it's like to be a nurse or a medical staff employee and dealing with the environment of bullying, because this is a real issue I've experienced personally. I'll kind of give you guys a background on how I've experienced that, what I've witnessed in the healthcare environment, and other coworkers that I've heard their stories, and I really think this is an issue we need to address. So let's just start with my background. I've been a registered nurse, like I said, for 10 years. About 7 years into my nursing, I started to develop a love and a passion of fitness. I started to join a competition, a fitness bikini competition, where I wanted to get in a really good shape, super muscular, super fit, and I decided to do this while working full-time night shift at one hospital, and I ended up working a second night shift job per diem at another hospital. And I noticed that I did experience a little bit of bullying at this time, and it wasn't intentional necessarily per se, and it wasn't overtly like rude, but it definitely contributed to me feeling discouraged about my body goals and my life goals. So when I decided to take on this fitness lifestyle and I started to do the competitions, I had to prep my meals every day. I would bring 3 containers of meals to work. It would be like chicken, rice, veggies. It'd be fish, rice, veggies, or sweet potatoes. It was very similar every single day. I bring it to work, bring it to put in the fridge. During my meal breaks, I would heat it up, and of course, everybody could smell what I was eating that day, chicken, fish, whatever. And oftentimes it wasn't too popular to have these meals at work. Most people either ordered out or they went to the cafeteria. Not very many people would prep their meals, and definitely not 3 meals in one shift. Some of the things I experienced where people made fun of me for eating too healthy. They thought I was too skinny already, that how dare I go on a diet if I'm already skinny. And also, why am I eating so often? I had to eat 3 times a shift because in my prep, you often eat 5 to 6 meals a day in order to gain muscle and lose fat. It's very healthy for your metabolism. So people kept looking up and seeing like me eating all the time, and they're just like, what's going on? Other nurses would make fun of me because I had like a fishy smell going on in the kitchen, or my broccoli wouldn't smell so good. So I experienced that as well. So it's definitely very discouraging in the beginning. And then having to defend myself on why I needed to be dieting when I was already skinny was also discouraging. I understood it though, because not everybody understands the fitness competition lifestyle. It's definitely niche, it's definitely different from your everyday eating. But I also experienced some things in nursing that were just generalized bullying that were not really related to that. In the very beginning of nursing, I remember when I first would start on a floor, I feel like every nurse experiences this. You come to the floor, you're new to the work environment, you don't know all the nurses, you don't know the flow, you're not part of the cliques. And nurses will treat you differently. You know, they kind of judge and assess your skills right away. When you're just learning a new skill, or maybe you're learning a new field of nursing, you're not used to like the labs they run, the doctors that are available, who to call for what. You're relying on the nurses that are there to teach you and train you the skills that you're gonna learn. And oftentimes they'll kind of make me treat you as if you're not good enough, or you're not a smart nurse, or maybe they'll give you a hard patient and then they criticize you when you haven't got all the tasks done in one shift, or maybe they'll get upset with you if you missed a lab that you were supposed to check. I just feel like it's very challenging. It's a very high demand job. There's a lot of tasks to be done, and we nurses need to encourage one another and help one another get through these shifts. And when we need to pick up the slack, that's fine. But our jobs are already very high demanding. They're already very stressful. We have everyone asking us what needs to be done. Our coworkers, the doctors, every other type of medical staff, families, the patients themselves are all demanding our attention and demanding us to get things done. So I just found it very discouraging that other nurses would develop little cliques where they would make fun of certain nurses, or they would give a hard patient to a float nurse, or give a hard patient to a nurse that came off the unit. And it was just really this weird bullying environment where I felt like it wasn't encouraging, it wasn't supportive of one another, and I experienced it multiple times, especially as a float nurse. I would experience that I would get dumped on. We called it dumped on. Anytime they had one of the more challenging patients, I would be coming to the floor already behind, already not knowing how the things go, how to get into the Pyxis, how to, where I'm supposed to get the meds, things like that. And I get sent the most difficult, challenging patients. And it was fine for me because I take a challenge very well, but I do notice that nurses will do this. And the other form of bullying, other than just criticizing nurses or giving them hard patients or actually, making fun of them if they don't get a task done that never went harm to the patient, is that in my nursing, towards the end, when I was getting in shape, I slowly but surely was developing a social media, and my social media following, which I didn't know nurses per se were following me on the Instagram. I started my Instagram while working at the hospital, and I would post fitness pictures and fitness content, viral photos, viral videos, often showing off my body. And I noticed a lot of nurses would pass my photos around and talk about it on the different units. And overall, most of my coworkers were very supportive and very kind, and I have plenty of them that were really kind to me and just supportive of the goals that I was achieving. But I had other nurses that would make fun of me for, like, I don't know if it was mocking or jealousy or just thinking it's kind of weird that I have my body out there on the internet for everyone to see. And I've even spoke with nurses nowadays that are dealing with the same issue, where they have their Instagram or their social media where their body is out there on display, and other nurses are bullying them for it and making them feel like they're doing something wrong, or they're doing something, I don't know, immodest or unprofessional, or maybe even just jealous because they're showing off their bodies. But for me, this is just very discouraging, and I think it's wrong, and it's especially when I was trying to motivate, inspire people to a health and fit lifestyle. So I was using my body as an advertisement that, hey, you can make a transformation, you can take back your life, you can be confident, you can have a good body self-image. And I think personally that health and fitness is very closely tied to preventing disease and horrible things that can happen to your life and cause poor quality of life. So I really thought that I would get a better reception from other nurses and other staff for doing what I was doing, which is to get in good shape and to promote that to other people. And yeah, aesthetics is like, it can come across kind of arrogant or come across kind of narcissistic. But at the end of the day, that's what Instagram has been, is showing off ourselves. And I was doing it in a way that was trying to promote health and fitness and being active and taking back your life and getting a total body transformation. So I was really trying to do it in a positive, empowering way. And I think some nurses picked up on it, but other nurses maybe felt a little intimidated by it or a little jealous by it, or maybe just they didn't really want to accept the fact that I had this lifestyle that was actually very effective and empowering and strong. So yeah, I will say, I think we need to be better and more empowering of one another in our nursing culture. We need to stop the bullying at every single level. I actually teamed up with a partner. I'll post it on my Instagram, and I'll also be doing a nursing article about it to try and prevent this nursing bullying that's going on in the world. It's absolutely awful. We nurses work so hard every single day. I've seen every single one of my coworkers. They're on their feet. They're doing high demand jobs. They're juggling every single act. Patients, families, doctors, medical labs, and they're getting it all done. And we need to support one another to get through these shifts, as stressful as they are and as demanding as they are, and actually make it easier on one another to get the job done. And if we're living our lives outside of that profession in a happy way, especially promoting fitness and health, we have to support each other with that too, and not start gossiping or being jealous or starting rumors or anything like that, which is just very negative in my opinion. And yeah, we just need to support one another better. So if you guys think of any ideas, if you've experienced any of this bullying at work, I would love for you to share your stories with me. I know that I'm not the only one, and I know that other people are not the only ones. I've witnessed it several times, and when I was a younger nurse, I didn't really know how to handle it or deal with it. And I feel like now I've built up the confidence that I'm able to stand up and say these things that I know a lot of people experienced. And yeah, share your stories with me, comment below. Also tell me what you think that we could do to better encourage one another to make sure this isn't a problem. Because at the end of the day, if we relieve some of the stress on one another and we encourage each other, and we built up bulletin boards where we are saying, this is the nurse of the week, or this is, a nursing staff did such an amazing job, but we can actually improve morale at work, decrease stress load, and become a unified team of health caregivers that is gonna help in our environment, help our self-esteem, decrease stress, and improve morale, all these type of things that actually nurses can sometimes leave units for because they feel shunned, or they feel alone, or they feel like they're not good enough. And I don't think we should be doing this to each other anymore. So I'm standing up for every nurse everywhere, anytime, any medical staff that has experienced this type of thing, to say that, yeah, we're gonna say no to bullying, and we're going to say yes to empowering one another to be better healthcare workers overall in general, and have a better mood about it too. So if you like this video, give a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. I have more topics I have running through my head, so each week I'll be coming out with topics. And if you have one you think I should address, let me know. This was a topic that several people asked me to address, and I wanted to team up with the partner that I'll mention below about anti-bullying in the medical field. So thank you guys for listening, and bye.